what's going on, guys? So you guys voted on my Instagram that we were just gonna do a Q&A today. I thought I'd just throw in a little like 2 minute segment of like my workout today. It was a full on push day. Basically, I've just been focusing on bringing up my chest the most in this past year. It's actually come up a lot more. I've I've found so many different things that can actually help build your chest the most. So I'll actually start this off with like some of the things that I found that help build my chest. Basically, so I first off like started watching a few more videos by like Anthony Mantello, a few of the other guys in the fitness industry. I'm a certified SSA personal trainer, but I've been looking over a lot more things and realizing things that can bring up certain muscle groups by just tweaking it a little bit. So whenever I'm doing any like chest movement, I'm focusing a lot more on squeezing my biceps against my chest. I found that that helps contract my entire chest. A lot of natural bodybuilders, not even just natural bodybuilders, but a lot of bodybuilders in general, struggle with developing an upper chest. Even it's still a weak point on me. But lately, I've been bringing it up a lot more. Like I used to literally have nothing there. I'm starting to bring that part up on my chest. I'm going to go over a few questions from the Instagram. Got a few on here. All right, so first question, has strength decreased since you started focusing on technique and less weight? So to answer that, no, my strength has not like decreased. I am like being more conscious of what weight I'm using. I don't really want to overload the weight and break down form. At the end of the day, for bodybuilding, you don't need to worry about the weight necessarily, like especially as you're like trying to put on size. I do recommend that you do like a legs push pull in your first few years, and like if you're trying to build some more strength, because in the end, the a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle. So if you can focus on like bringing up your numbers on like squat, bench, deadlift as you're beginning, you're going to be able to understand like what weights are going to be best for you. But like for bodybuilding exercises, most of the time you're in the 8 to 12 rep range. You're not really maxing out like ever for bodybuilding. It's just personally a thing that I like doing. I like having a certain period where I can bring my numbers up a lot more. But at the end of the day, it's a lot more important as a bodybuilder to understand like the rep ranges, how you're contracting the muscle, like how I said with the biceps against the side of the chest. That's really going to be what helps you build the most muscle in the end. Um, I also implement FST7 training into my bodybuilding. That is something else that also helps rush more blood in the muscle, break down more muscle fibers so I can rebuild in the end. But it really overall, honestly, like after I've been training like a bodybuilder for the past like year before I started doing this legs push pull, I'm a lot stronger on some of my movements that I wouldn't have been stronger on before I did all my bodybuilding exercises. And it's just because I've been like learning how to focus on training certain kinds of muscle, exactly how the mind muscle connection should feel, how each contraction should feel. That's really the most important thing in bodybuilding. So no, my strength hasn't decreased. It's increased on a few movements. I will say that getting back into deadlifting, I have my deadlift has decreased like a lot. That's because I haven't deadlifted it in almost 2 years. I used to just focus on the legs push pull, but I wasn't seeing as much like muscle gain, muscle definition, muscle size as if I was doing like a normal bodybuilding program. I've been running the FST7 app. I've also done the Jeremy Buendia workouts. Like all those Buendia workouts, they're amazing. I prefer that style of training. My only problem is I can't hit that muscle group more than once a week because I'm in a bro split whenever I'm doing that. I'll do 12-week periods because in the app or in the programs, it's actually 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks of each focus for each body part. So I'm only doing a bro split whenever I do those workouts, but I prefer where I'm out currently. I'm still about a year and a half out from my show. After I do this 9 weeks, I will be getting back into more bodybuilding training. I'll go back under the bro split. I really see it as like I'm doing this power building type of exercises and training to complement my bodybuilding. The stronger you are, the more you're going to be able to move as a bodybuilder. So overall, it's going to be beneficial to put on more size because, as I said, a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle, and the stronger you can get a muscle, the bigger you're going to be able to get it in the end. All right, and now I have my next question. What's it like being the smallest guy in the gym? Well, we're trying to change that this year, so this should. I'm gonna be like 250 next week. All right, go to sweet tooth fixes. Honestly, my protein powder is honestly like perfectly fine as my go-to. I know a lot of people they might have cravings for like donuts or peanut butter or any like chocolate or anything. I don't really have those cravings all the time. If anything, I would like rather have something salty, but like honestly, if it's like a cheat day and or like a cheat meal, because I don't like doing full on cheat days. If it's a cheat meal, I will my go-to cheat meal. I think that was another question as well. Yeah, so my go-to cheat meal is actually two double smash burgers from a local burger place, one large fry, and then one milkshake. I'll either make it or I'll go somewhere else. But honestly, like with the Evogen stuff, we have enough like xanthan gum in it. So if I really wanted to, I could just throw my normal 2 scoops of protein in there with the creatine and a little bit of ice and some water, mix that up, and it will be the exact same consistency. And honestly, it wouldn't really change too much for me. But that's really like the only sweet thing I'll do. Like I said, year round, mostly my protein shake kind of takes over on that. Oh, let's see. Are you looking to compete? If so, when do you want to compete by? So this question, like, I've already found a show that I want to do next year. It's going to be a men's physique show. I'm going to be doing the David Lieberman's Natural Ohio. That should be in October sometime. So, like in my off season, I'm trying to do about a 2 year or 2.5 year off season. Want to put on some quality muscle, especially this year. There was also what is your 2024 goals? I just want to be able to be the best bodybuilder I can be. I don't want to be shredded because I'm doing YouTube or anything. I really just want to focus on putting on quality muscle, quality tissue before I decide to compete again. Last show was not what I wanted to look like at all. Um, I will be I will be getting a coach again for my show prep, but probably a few months before we decide to do a show prep, I want to start working with a coach again just so that we can learn my body and we can get the food back in, stay more regimented. Um, but other than that, that's really like my 2024 goals and my competition plan. Best supplements you recommend for bodybuilders? For bodybuilders, I'm natural, so I'm just gonna go off of what like natural bodybuilders I would recommend that they take. So if you're gonna be doing just like really anything, like if you're doing in your off season or in prep, I do recommend creatine, 5 grams a day, won't hurt at all. That will help you build some more muscle. Obviously, a protein powder. All of this stuff I use from Evogen Nutrition, but I do recommend that you get a quality protein powder like our Evogen one. I really like the Evogen Nutrition one because specifically that one has digestive enzymes in it. I've had problem with like lactate before, lactose, and I don't bloat from the isolate protein, and it's a whey isolate. So that's really good for that. We also have a lot of BCAAs and a different basically formula that helps you digest the protein properly. I've given it to some people who have some problems with digesting like whey and lactose, and they really find it's easy on their stomach and they can digest it properly. But really, like protein and creatine, those are the two biggest ones. Um, if you're gonna do like a show prep and you're trying to keep as much muscle as possible, maybe try some BCAAs, especially like if you're in prep and you can't like drink whatever you want. You can get some really nice flavored like EAAs or BCAAs. Those will help you retain as much muscle as possible, plus some glutamine. Those are really the only ones. Multivitamins, those are also a pretty good one because a lot of people don't get their vitamins out throughout the day. If you're not eating enough greens, obviously a green supplement can help a lot. The Evogen one's really good because we don't have as many ingredients as a lot of other products and other brands, but with our greens product, we have the greens that are going to be the most effective, and we also have probiotics in ours, but we have them dosed at the perfect amounts. A lot of other brands, they'll dose their greens products. They'll put as many things as possible into the greens product, but they'll microdose everything, so you're not getting the quality out of that supplement. But yeah, those are really the only supplements that I would really say as a bodybuilder. As a natural bodybuilder, obviously, if you're like taking PEDs, I'm not an expert at that. So like all I could recommend is probably like have a proper PCT, have like, I don't know, liver support, kidney support, just to keep yourself as healthy as possible overall, and obviously get your blood work in as much as possible, like very consistently. If you are feeling like garbage, especially, then you're not in prep, make sure you go and see your doctor. But I'm not an expert at any of that, so I wouldn't ask myself about that. Um, what do I do outside of the gym? I eat 5 meals a day. And then currently I am going and working on playing old Nintendo games. And then I'm currently also writing a program that I'm about to launch this year, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be a beginner program, and then I'll get into the other intermediate and advanced programs. But make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. Um, what are the other ones? What is my favorite workout I do? Probably probably like a focused arm day, like a Jeremy Buendia focused arm day. I get the nastiest pumps out of that, so I definitely say that. Um, yeah. Progressive overload for people just starting. So basically, progressive overload, you're just gonna, whenever you're starting out in the gym, you don't want to try to go 100% at everything. For progressive overload, you're just going to ease into things. So let's say it's like your first week in the gym. Obviously, you're not going to go over to the bar, start benching like 250 for like 10 reps. You're going to start at a point. This can be applied for cardio as well. So whenever you're starting with progressive overload, that's the way that you're going to make the most gains in the gym, obviously. That's basically what the gym is. You're progressing every single week by overloading the muscle with different stimulants. So not supplements, but so basically, let's say you come into the gym, your goal is to lose weight. I would recommend that you do cardio, obviously. That is very good for burning calories. Make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. But if you're starting off with cardio, let's say it's your first day in the gym, just ease into it. Do like 25 minutes on like 3.5 speed. Do that for like a week. Maybe the next week, then you implement 5 extra minutes into that. Basically, you're just doing more each week. So cardio, if you're increasing 5 minutes every single week, you're progressively overloading. So like you can change things up. So let's say you're doing the treadmill, you're doing 45 minutes, but now you're hitting a plateau at your time. I would recommend that you go and you do something like Stairmaster. Stairmaster is going to burn more calories, but it's going to be different and more challenging to your body. Let's say it's the gym, like you're lifting weights. So you go to the gym, you're trying out the bench press, you're doing like fives on each side, you only get like 6 reps. Well, let's say you do 6 reps of that, but then you come into the gym a few days later. what if we try to do 10 pounds each side for 4 reps? So with weights, you can implement it by increasing the rep range or decreasing the rep range. But whenever you decrease the rep range, you're going to actually increase the weight. So the intensity by like introducing more time under tension for your body, different techniques like squeezing your biceps against the sides of your chest to get the whole chest contracted. Even like FST7. FST7 is a very advanced thing, but that's also shocking the muscle a lot because you're going into a flex immediately after you just hit that muscle group. It's going to teach you to get that mind muscle connection. Like, let's say it's the chest. You're doing a most muscular. It's going to allow you to get more mind muscle connection with your chest. There's going to be more blood in your chest. Therefore, there's going to be more breakdown of the muscle fiber. So whenever you're doing your post workout, you can actually rebuild a lot better. Do we have any more questions? Best compound exercises: squat, bench, deadlift, or rows. I do count rows as a compound lift. It does help a lot more for bodybuilding because you won't be in as much risk as if you were deadlifting, because deadlifting you're doing a lot of weight and you can start to ego lift on that. So definitely those 4. So bench, squat, deadlift if you're not doing a bodybuilding prep, and then if you are in prep, do the barbell rows instead. But anyway, if you guys have any more questions, leave them down in the comment section. I would love to answer them throughout these next few videos that I'm planning on doing. But other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure you guys stay tuned.